Hello, my fellow artists. Welcome to art class with me, Felicia. I'll be teaching you about different 20th century, modern, and contemporary artists. Today, we are learning all about Wassily Kandinsky. He was born in Moscow, Russia, and lived from 1866 to 1944. He lived in many places in his life, like Ukraine, Estonia, Germany, and France. He eventually became a French citizen in 1939. The style of art that Kandinsky is known for is called Expressionism. The Expressionist style has strong colors, distortion, and abstraction. Okay, so let's talk about abstract art. Kandinsky was the first artist to use abstraction in his artwork. Abstract art is art that does not show realistic objects or figures. So this is an example of a realist painting by Henry Ossawa Tanner called The Banjo Lesson. You can see that this is clearly a painting of a father and son playing the banjo, and it is very realistic. Instead of this, abstract art uses shapes, colors, forms, and other marks to show meaning and emotion. So the story behind abstraction goes like this. Around 1910, Kandinsky stumbled upon abstraction when he came back to his studio late at night and saw one of his paintings in the dim light laying on its side on the easel. Seeing one of his own paintings in such a different way helped him realize that having recognizable subjects didn't help to show the meaning of his paintings. In fact, he felt that it took away from the paintings. He realized that color could show emotion and meaning without a recognizable figure or object to represent that emotion or meaning. He then strove to remove all recognizable objects from his paintings. Kandinsky did this by experimenting with two types of paintings. One is known as compositions, where he would take the time to really think about and place geometric shapes into very careful arrangements or compositions. The second type is known as improvisations. This is where he would spontaneously, or without a lot of thought, paint on the canvas. He would use bright colors and loose brushstrokes to achieve this type of abstraction. Okay, so now that we've learned all about Wassily Kandinsky, let's answer a few questions about him. Where was Kandinsky born? In Russia or Australia? Take a moment, pause the video if you need to. If you said Russia, you would be correct. Great job. Second question, what style of art did Kandinsky discover? Was it Impressionism or abstraction? If you said abstraction, nice work, good listening. And our third question, abstract art is art that shows real life objects or art that uses color to show meaning. Abstract art is art that uses color to show meaning. That was your answer. Good job. All right, so great job reviewing everything we've learned about Wassily Kandinsky. Now we're going to make some art inspired by Kandinsky. But first, I'll show you the instruction sheet, and then you will view a demo on how to make the project. Also, the instructions and materials needed are listed in the bio of this video. All right, let's get started. Okay, so here's the demo for the Kandinsky project. You will need 2 pieces of white paper, some colored construction paper, a pair of scissors, a glue stick, and something to color with. I have markers. Okay, so you're going to do 2 projects here. So the first one, you will need your white piece of paper, your construction paper, your scissors, and your glue stick, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to make a composition. So you are going to cut out pieces of your construction paper in different geometric shapes, and you're going to carefully place them on your white paper in a composition. So you're going to think about the arrangement of the composition that you're going to make using construction paper and geometric shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and make that. I have some shapes already cut out here, and I'm ready to lay them out and show you my careful arrangement inspired by Kandinsky. Okay, so there is the Kandinsky inspired composition. So I used triangle, square, circle, and rectangle as my geometric shapes. I picked a warm color scheme, but you can pick any colors you want, any shapes you want, just as long as you're thinking about the placement of the shapes, where they're going to go to make your composition. Okay, so now we're going to do part 2. Part 2 is the improvisation. So for this part, all you need is your white paper and something to color with. Like I said before, I have markers. So what you're going to do is you're going to take careful consideration in choosing what colors you want to do, but then you're not going to think about what you're putting on the page, okay? It's just to be just like Kandinsky, to be inspired by him and his improvisations, all right? So I'm going to keep the paper like this, and I'm going to choose my colors carefully, and then I'm going to just draw whatever I want on the page, okay? So let me get started with that. Okay, so that is it for the Kandinsky inspired improvisation. So I went and I picked my colors. I thought about what colors I wanted to do, and then I didn't think about what I was going to draw. I just put the color down on the paper, and this is what I ended up with. All right, you might come up with something completely different, and that's the great thing about an improvisation, is that it's going to be different for everyone. So these are 2 really great projects inspired by Kandinsky, very easy to do, and I really hope that you learned a lot and you liked learning about Kandinsky. I'll see you next time.